Since I'll be back next year, I thought I'd postpone this. Go ahead. My work is really about constructing prone objects together and surface. And the first few slides that you'll see are soda fired, and the process being that I use raw oxides with water sprayed onto the surface with a little bit of frit onto the shoulder. And so when I get to the higher temperatures, that frit obviously will melt, collect those oxides, and reveal its color. As part of an introductory to my surface, I found that if I could take that oxide and try and apply it in a different way, spraying the whole surface with one oxide, applying a mesh to it and spraying oxide again, taking the mesh off, readjusting it, spraying another oxide, I could actually achieve certain depths within my flat surface of the piece that has such a wonderful canvas quality to it that, and you can see this one where I had the mesh on it, but when I throw my objects, it's really a flat surface. And dealing with glazes all through my trainings, rutile glaze usually gets relatively monotonous after a while, that I could use that surface to start to build depth within that on how I did that. And so as time went along, I kind of got tired of salt firing. So I decided to actually take feldspar rock that was not pulverized or powdered, usually about a 2 mesh, and actually mix it in with my clay and try and make the pieces. It's pretty difficult. And fire it in a wood kiln up to temperatures of cone 12, cone 13, and the rock actually melts and actually starts to develop an interesting surface with that. And the more I progressed, the more I really enjoyed that surface a lot. And so, well, I got tired of the form. And so I moved on my other interests, which was the figure. It'll pop up. I gotta forget where I am half the time.
That's the progression from form to figure.
That's true. But most of my form actually has a lot of representation of figurative to it. And so, there we go. Once I get into the form, I really start to incorporate that feldspar material to it, but not the whole form per se. That I like to differentiate between the legs, the torso, and the head. And whether it being, and this was the first one I did, that was completely feldspar, didn't seem too appealing. But as I was building these things, I was really intrigued by balancing all this clay together. Some of you at the demonstration today obviously enjoyed the suicide mission, one of my pieces. I realized that if I built the pieces a little bit thicker, they didn't need to be tripoded. And I feel that they become a lot stronger as a normal two-legged creature than they do a tripoded creature. I'd love to be tripoded, but that just isn't going to work. All wood fired. Really, it's about the surface, depth, silliness, and just the simplicity of the figure itself. Everybody is different. Everybody has a certain aspect about them that really makes them unique. And if I take out that uniqueness and simplify it to the legs, the torso, and the head, things tend to work out a little better. I'm now starting to play with some earthenwares, a black clay body, and going back to drawing onto the clay. And these guys usually end up in some weird, troublesome aspect about them, but just some simple aspects. But they're very cartoonish. They have, it's nice with the black clay, using the white slip, that I can draw the outline and it becomes that black outline such as a cartoon character. But again, very simplistic. Legs, torso, and an eye for a head.
And teeth.
And teeth. Rather, some of them are disgruntled in what their settings are in. So, that's how we all feel right now. Thanks.